In this video, we'll talk about what is consulting, the reality no one tells you. And if you're watching this video, you've probably heard people talk about McKinsey, BCG, and Bain. These prestigious consulting firms that everyone wants to join. But here's the honest question you're probably asking. What do consultants actually do all day? And why do companies pay millions for their advice? Here's the thing no one wants to admit. Most people talking about consulting, even people in consulting, can't clearly explain what the job actually is. Here's what I am going to do differently in this video. I'm going to break down exactly what consulting is in simple terms. Why billion-dollar companies hire 25-year-olds to advise their CEOs, and most importantly, the full reality of what it's like to be a consultant. Not the recruiting brochure version, the actual day-to-day reality, the incredible parts and the real trade-offs you need to understand. By the way, I am Kashish Malhotra, co-founder of GradNext and an ex-BCG consultant. I've helped hundreds of candidates break into top consulting firms like McKinsey, BCG and Bain. So with that, let's dive in. What's it actually like to be a consultant? Is it as amazing as it sounds? And the honest answer, it depends on what you value and what stage of life you are in. Let me give you the full picture, the genuinely incredible parts and the real trade-offs that you need to understand, because consulting isn't for everyone and that's completely okay. So let's start with what makes consulting genuinely special. First, the learning curve is unmatched. In your first 2 years of consulting, you'll learn more about business than most people learn in 10 years of a traditional corporate job. Why? Because you are working on 6 to 8 different projects across different industries. In 24 months, you might have worked on a pricing strategy for an airline, a digital transformation for a bank, a market entry strategy for a retailer, and an operational efficiency project for a manufacturer. You are seeing how different businesses work. You're learning the frameworks that apply across any industry. You're building skills in problem solving, data analysis, communication, stakeholder management at an accelerated pace. It's like getting an MBA while getting paid, except you are working on real problem with real consequences and not theoretical case studies. By age 25, you have seen more business challenges than most VPs in their entire career. That's incredibly valuable. Second, you're surrounded by exceptional people. The quality of your colleagues in consulting is genuinely remarkable. These are people who competed with thousands of applicants for their spot. And here's what makes it special. Everyone is driven, curious, and ambitious. You are learning from your peers constantly. The analyst next to you might have expertise in ML, the senior consultant might have worked at Goldman Sachs, your manager might have MBA from Stanford. You are in an environment where mediocrity doesn't exist. That pushes you to do better. And the network you build is incredible. These people go on to become CEOs, startup founders, investors, executives. And 20 years later, you'll have friends at top of every major industry. Third, the exposure and credibility you get. In most entry level jobs, you are making PowerPoints for your manager who shows them to their director, who shows them to their VP. You are 3 layers removed from any real decision making. In consulting, probably by week 8, you are in the boardroom presenting directly to the CEO, CFO of a Fortune 500 company. You are 24 years old and you are advising C-suite executive on decisions worth hundreds of millions of dollars. That's exposure is unreal. You're learning how senior leaders think, how they make decisions, what questions they ask, how they handle pressure. And having McKinsey or BCG on your resume opens every door imaginable. Want to work in private equity? Consulting is the best background. Want to join a tech startup? Consulting shows you how you can handle ambiguity. Want to get into venture capital? Being an ex consultant is gold. The brand and credibility you get from top consulting is a career accelerant. for your entire life. Fourth, compensation is genuinely great. Let's be real, money matters, especially in your early career. Starting at 110,000 or 40 lakhs at 24 is exceptional. After 2 years, that money goes up even more. That's more than most software engineers or any other corporate role. Plus the perks: business class flights on international trips, nice hotel, expense account for meals, travel points that fund personal vacations. You're building savings, paying off loans, and establishing financial security faster than any other career path, right? Is this perfect? No. But it's objectively strong compensation for your age and, experience. Now let's talk about the other side, the parts that are genuinely difficult. Here are the trade-offs you need to understand in consulting. First, the hours in consulting are real. They add up. Consulting is not a 9 to 5 job. It's not even a 9 to 7 job. Most weeks you're working 60 to 70 hours. During busy periods, 80 plus hours. That means early morning, late nights, and working most weekends. What that actually looks like: you wake up at 6 a.m. to catch a flight. You're in client meetings from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Then you work with your team from 7 p.m. to midnight building slides for next day's presentation. You grab dinner with the team, get back to your hotel at 10 p.m., open your laptop and work until 1 a.m. because the partner needs updates. That's not an exaggeration, that's normal. So you have to be prepared for it. Now, here's the important context: you're learning a ton during those hours. You're not doing mindless, busy work. You are solving problems, real problems, building valuable skills, and getting mentored by smart people. You are sacrificing personal time, hobbies, relationships, and rest. And that's the trade off: accelerated learning in exchange for your time and energy. For people in their early 20s with no major commitments, this can be worth it. You are investing in your future self. But you need to go in knowing what you're signing up for. Second, the travel sounds glamorous until it isn't. Every consulting firm shows beautiful photos of consultants in the airport, working from cafes in different cities, exploring new places. And sure, I mean, week one of travel is exciting, but here's the reality: by month three, you are exhausted. You're living out of a suitcase. You haven't slept in your own bed in 2 weeks. You've eaten at restaurants for 14 consecutive meals because you don't have access to a kitchen. Your gym routine is gone because you are in a different hotel every week. You're missing your friend's birthday, your cousin's wedding, your college roommate's housewarming party because you're always in a different city. And here's what makes it harder: the travel isn't to exciting destinations. Sometimes you're going to beautiful cities, yes, but often you are going to the client's headquarters in a random office park where there's nothing to do after work except go back to your hotel. The trade off is you get to see different cities and build travel points, but you lose stability, routine, and ability to maintain relationships and hobbies that require consistent presence. Some people genuinely love this lifestyle, especially early in their careers. Others find it isolating and exhausting. You need to know which type you are before you make this call. And third, the pressure of performance culture is constant. Consulting firms have an up or out culture. Every 2 to 3 years, you either get promoted or you're encouraged to explore other opportunities. There's no "I'm happy staying at this level" option. This creates high performance environment where you're constantly evaluated. Every project matters, every client interaction matters, every presentation is a chance to prove yourself or fall behind. Some people thrive under this pressure. They love the competitive environment, the clear feedback, the meritocracy of knowing exactly where they stand. Other people find it stressful and anxiety inducing. They don't want their entire career defined by quarterly performance reviews. And that's the trade-off. You get rapid career progression and clear advancement paths, but you are constantly under pressure to perform, stay billable, and prove your worth. There's also the reality of utilization rates. You need to be staffed on billable client projects 70 to 80% of the time. If you are on the bench too long without a project, it reflects poorly on you. This means you often can't say no to projects even if they are not in the industries you care about or cities you want to travel to. The system requires flexibility and adaptability, which some people love and others find constraining. And fourth, you're always an outsider. Here's something that slowly becomes apparent: you never truly own anything. You spend 3 months solving a major problem for a client, you build this brilliant strategy, you present it, everyone loves it, and then you move to the next project. That is concerning for some people. You never see if it actually worked, even when you implement things. You are always giving advice but never executing to the core of it. You are always an outsider, never truly part of the team, never seeing your work through to completion. For some people, this is perfect. They love variety, new challenges, constantly the intellectual simulation of solving different puzzles every few months. For other, it feels hollow. They want ownership, long-term impact, satisfaction of building something and watching it grow over years. The trade-off again is you get incredible variety and breadth of experience, but you sacrifice depth and the satisfaction of long-term ownership. Is it worth it? Here's my honest take after seeing hundreds of consultants come and go. Consulting is not a career for life for most people. It's a launch pad. Most people do consulting for 2 to 4 years, learn an incredible amount, build a powerful network, put a prestigious brand on their resume, and then leave for something with better work life balance. That's not failure, that's the expected path for most people. And that's what most people actually do. Here's the beautiful part: after consulting, your options are endless. You can go to private equity, venture capital, startup leadership, corporate strategy, entrepreneurship, tech, finance, literally anything. Consultants become CEOs, founders, investors, executives, and thought leaders. The skills you build: problem solving, communication, handling pressure, working with difficult stakeholders, transfer to literally any career. Alright, let's bring this all together. Is consulting the right fit for you? Here's how I think about it. Consulting isn't a career for life, it's an investment. You invest 2 to 4 years of intense work in exchange for skills, networks, credentials that will serve you for next 40 years. Most people do consulting to learn a lot, build incredible connection, and then move on to private equity, startups, entrepreneurship, whatever. That's not failure, that's the actual path. The question isn't, should I do consulting forever? The question is, am I willing to invest 2 to 4 years now to accelerate my entire career? If you are in your early 20s, intellectually curious and hungry to learn, consulting might be one of the best investments that you can make. If you value stability, work-life balance right now, there are better paths for you, and that's completely valid. My advice would be, talk to real consultants, ask the hard questions, be honest with yourself on what you value, and make an informed decision, not a default one. There's no universal right answer, only what's right for you at this moment in your life. If this video helped you, hit subscribe and drop a comment. Does consulting sound right to you? What excites you or concerns you the most? And if you want more content on breaking into consulting, let me know. I'm here to help you make informed career decisions. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.